Dam, built by a group of U.S. Army Corps of Engineers in the late 1940s. Well, today, Hannah Welker is showing us how it works and explaining why it's so important.
Yeah, she is in Mount Morris for this morning.
Okay, guys, so Steve and I came down the elevator now. We're inside the dam.
We're about 18 stories down inside of the dam.
18 stories down. So I kind of said this corridor seems like you could make it like a haunted house, and you said you guys have actually
We've done it,
that.
yeah. What a great creepy place if you want it to be.
It really is creepy. If you were here, you'd feel how much colder it is too, just when you step inside, because are we underwater right now, or we're in between?
We are, yeah. We're right down almost below the water surface if we're on the upstream side of the dam, but very much like a cave inside of the dam.
Wow, so explain this structure, explain, its purpose and, how they decided to build it this way, I guess.
Very large dam, largest dam of its type this side of the Mississippi River, in fact. It was built by over 300 people back in the late 40s and early 50s at a cost of about $24 million. And it's done a pretty good job of preventing flood damages in downstream areas since, having prevented over $2 billion worth of damages so far.
It's unbelievable. And you see the water droplets on the top of it.
Yeah, this is just condensation. The dam's not leaking. We're in good shape here.
we're safe.
I know where you're going with that.
We don't need an escape route.
Yeah.
And you keep going through here, through this tunnel, this echoey tunnel, and you reach this side, really, I guess the other side of where we were up top. And you guys come out here every day probably to work, right?
Yeah, and this is part of the tour route, so visitors can get the same experience that we're having right now. And we're looking at the downstream side of the dam here.
Wow, that is unbelievable. And you've mentioned that people can canoe to a certain extent over there, but then you have tunnels that I guess work through the dam.
That's right, and we have a series of 9 different conduits or large concrete tunnels that allow water to pass through the dam, and we control water movement through those using a series of gates. So we can open and close those gates to help control the amount of water that passes through those.
Wow. Do you ever, this is probably normal to you now, doing something like this, being able to see how important your job is, but do you ever pinch yourself and say, this is pretty impressive?
Oh, it's a great place.
Just looking up here, it's unbelievable.
And we're a couple generations out from when the dam was built, and so it's a good thing for us to help remind folks why it's here and why it's doing its job. So we're happy to do that.
Yeah, all the history, lots of photos too, upstairs and in the visitor center as well. Well, we'll be back in a little bit to show you another view of the dam from up above. So stick around.
I would say that's pretty impressive, though. Just to be where she is and to see that. I didn't know that was open to people.
Yeah, you can take tours of the dam.
Yeah, that's cool. We went there one time. I've been there once, and it was a day when they weren't doing tours, so we saw it from the top. But we always wanted to go down below and see it, too.
Was there a little bit of water coming through and they asked you to hold your finger in it?
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, well, my last name is Holland, so,
I get it.
A little Dutch boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Coming up, more rain in store for today. Better news long term, though. We all want to know about the holiday weekend.